Imagine you are driving on a highway at night. Your destination is somewhere far ahead, but you are hardly looking at the road. Your gaze is either fixed on the rearview mirror, where you endlessly replay every turn you've already made, every mistake, every missed opportunity, or you're frantically looking at the navigation system, trying to predict traffic jams, weather, and every pothole on the road ahead. And in this race between the past and the future, you miss the most important thing. You don't notice the road beneath your wheels. You're not driving the car right now. You're just coasting along, hoping you won't skid on the next turn. This car is your life, and most of us are exactly like these drivers. The main problem? Mental exile from the present. We live in a strange paradox. Physically, we exist only at one point in time, in the present moment. But mentally, we are capable of traveling, and we happily use this ability to escape anywhere but a here and now. Our mind becomes a battlefield between two ghosts, the ghost of the past and the ghost of the future. The ghost of the past whispers to us about things that cannot be changed. It feeds on our regrets. Why did I say that then? I should have chosen a different profession. If only I hadn't missed that chance. As indicated in personality psychology studies, fixation on the past manifests itself in chronic feelings of sadness, disappointment, and guilt. This is a waste of energy because the past is a frozen frame. It can be reviewed, but it cannot be re-edited. The specter of the future, in turn, is a master at creating catastrophes that will never happen. It feeds on anxiety. What if I can't handle it? What if I get sick? What will people think of me? This is a life spent waiting for a blow that may never come. We try to prepare for all possible scenarios, but in the end, we only exhaust ourselves emotionally and physically. As a result, we find ourselves in mental exile. We are not living. We are either reliving or rehearsing, and life itself passes us by. Gallery of portraits, not here. 7 states of escape from the present. This escape from the present does not always look the same. Psychologists identify several typical states in which a person finds themselves when they lose touch with reality. Let's take a look at these portraits. Perhaps you will recognize yourself in one of them. Portrait 1, a person at a crossroads. A person stands in the middle of a road that splits in two. One path leads to a gray but sturdy and stable building with the inscription, "Career." The other leads to a bright, blooming but wild garden with the inscription, "Calling." The person looks irritably from one side to the other. This is a state when you are torn between two important areas of life. For example, a stable but boring job and a beloved but unstable hobby. You can't make a choice, so you don't really invest in anything. Every day at work, you dream about your hobby. And when you're doing your hobby, you reproach yourself for being financially irresponsible. As a result, you're neither here nor there. You're stuck at the point of choice. And this causes constant internal aggression and irritability. You are angry at the world for forcing you to choose. Portrait 2, hostage to unfinished business. A person is confidently building a bridge to the future, but one of the ropes supporting the bridge stretches back into the foggy past and prevents them from moving forward. The person tries to cut it but cannot. You are a person who actively makes plans. You have goals, projects, dreams, but something from the past is holding you back. An unfinished gestalt, unspoken words, an unforgiven offense. This something poisons your present with a deep sense of dissatisfaction. You achieve success, but it does not bring joy because this unfinished melody from the past always plays in the background. Portrait 3. Survivor in a fog of anxiety. A person walks through a dark room full of traps that they cannot see but can sense. They are tense, moving slowly, flinching at every rustle. This is a state of high anxiety. You are in a difficult, intractable situation. Maybe it's health problems, toxic relationships, or a financial crisis. Your nervous system is constantly in fight or flight mode. This drains you physically and emotionally. You can't think about anything but your problem. The present moment for you is not a field of opportunity, but a minefield. Portrait 4. Creative genius on the verge of burnout. The artist stands in front of dozens of canvases. In his hands is a palette with all the colors of the rainbow. He chaotically applies brush strokes to one canvas, then another, but never finishes a single painting. In the end, he throws down his brushes in despair. You have a million ideas. You are bursting with plans and projects, but you don't know how to prioritize. You grab everything at once, scattering your energy. As a result, no project is brought to perfection, and you feel disappointed in your own results. Your future seems like an endless field of ideas, but in the present, you can't reap the rewards of any of them. This is a direct path to creative burnout. Portrait 5. An empath in someone else's rain. A person stands with an umbrella, but gives it to someone else who is soaked to the skin. Then another person approaches, and another. In the end, the person stands alone without an umbrella in the pouring rain, while everyone around them is dry. You feel tension and disappointment for no apparent reason. Your life seems to be fine, but you feel heavy at heart. Most likely, you are absorbing the pain and problems of those around you. You are an emotional sponge. You immerse yourself so deeply in the experiences of your friends, colleagues, and even news characters that you have no energy or emotions left for your own life. Your now is filled with other people's stories. Portrait 6. The traveler on the threshold. A person stands in front of an open door, behind which a new bright world is visible. But they cannot cross the threshold, looking fearfully at their shadow, which is holding their leg. You have completed an old stage of your life and are ready to move into the future. But you are paralyzed by fear of failure, fear of the unknown. You stand on the threshold of a new life, but you cannot take a step. Your present is an endless moment of hesitation, poisoned by anxiety about the future. And finally, the 7th portrait, a surfer on the waves of instability. A man on a surfboard. He soars to the crest of a huge wave of success, then crashes into the water of failure. He is exhausted by this endless struggle. Your life is like a roller coaster. Every rise is followed by a fall. You are used to it, but you are tired. You are afraid to rejoice in success because you are waiting for the inevitable failure. This fear prevents you from enjoying the moment of triumph, the moment of now. You live in anticipation of the next wave too. Deep immersion. How the inner world shapes external connections. Demisexuality as a metaphor for presence. To understand how deeply our inner state is connected to our ability to form connections with others, let's consider one very interesting and often misunderstood aspect of human identity: demisexuality. At first glance, this may seem far removed from the topic of motivation, but in fact, it is a perfect illustration of what it means to be truly present in a relationship. What does this mean in practice in a culture obsessed with quick encounters, swiping on apps, and instant attraction? A demisexual is someone who plays by completely different rules. They cannot feel sexual attraction to a stranger even if that person is objectively attractive by all standards. For them, as the source says, the key factor is not romantic love at first sight, but a trusting relationship and a deep emotional connection. Let's take a look at some common misconceptions. First, it's not the same as shyness. A shy person may blush, feel butterflies, and experience physiological arousal when in contact with an attractive stranger. They are simply afraid to act. A demisexual person is unlikely to have such a reaction. Their body and mind simply do not perceive the stranger as a sexual object. For them, the stranger is a closed book. Second, it is not the same as asexuality. In most cases, asexual people do not experience sexual desire at all. Demisexuals, on the other hand, may have a strong libido and be ready for sexual relations, but only with the person with whom they have established that emotional connection. This could be a partner or even just a very close friend to whom they suddenly feel attracted after months or years of friendship. Third, it is not a consequence of trauma or religiosity. Although upbringing or negative experiences can influence attitudes toward sex, demisexuality is considered an innate characteristic of the psycho-emotional sphere, a variation of the norm, just like heterosexuality or homosexuality. So how does this relate to our main topic, living in the present? Demisexuality is, in essence, the inability to escape into the future in a relationship. A demisexual cannot look at a person and start fantasizing about a future with them because that person has not yet revealed themselves to them. They need time to get to know the person, to build trust, to share stories, to create a shared reality. They are forced to be in the here and now. They have to listen, not just wait for their turn to speak. They have to see the person, not a projection of their desires. They have to invest their most valuable assets, time and attention, in the present moment of communication with no guarantee that it will lead to sexual attraction. In our world, where dating apps offer an endless conveyor belt of potential partners, demisexuals often feel like outsiders. But as experts note, they can adapt if they clearly state in their profile, looking for friendship first. They are not looking for a swipe right, but for a deep conversation. Demisexuality is not a guarantee of fidelity or lifelong love, as another myth would have us believe. It is simply a different mechanism for the emergence of attraction. But this mechanism unwittingly teaches us a great lesson. A true connection is not born of fantasies about the future or projections of past experiences. It is born of hundreds and thousands of shared moments in the present. Think about it. How many times have we entered into relationships, falling in love not with a real person, but with an image we created ourselves, an image from the future? The demisexual approach, whether conscious or not, protects us from this mistake. It forces us to build a foundation brick by brick in the present moment. Tools for returning to the present, practical steps toward conscious living. So, we have diagnosed the problem, escaping from the present. We have seen how it manifests itself in different life scenarios and how the ability to be in the moment is the key to even such fundamental things as attraction. Now, the main question is, how do we return? How do we stop being a driver who looks anywhere but the road? Here are some strategies based on the findings of psychologists. Step 1. Reprogram your relationship with the past. The key idea: you cannot change past events, but you can change your attitude towards them. The past is not a sentence, but a library of your experiences. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did I learn from this?" Every mistake is a lesson. Every pain is a point of growth. Stop being a victim of your past and become its explorer. When you stop fighting it, it loses its power over you. Step 2. Accept the uncertainty of the future. Anxiety about the future is an illusion of control. We think that if we think through all the bad scenarios, we will be prepared for them. But we cannot predict the future. That is an axiom. The only way to effectively influence the future is to do your job well in the present. Instead of wasting energy worrying about how tomorrow's presentation will go, spend that energy preparing for it today. Focus on what is within your control, your actions in this particular moment. Step 3. Practical self-help tools derived from our portraits. Now let's go back to our portraits and give each of them a specific tool. For the person at a crossroads, prioritization. Instead of spreading yourself too thin, set aside 1 hour a day for your calling. Don't try to change your life all at once. Take a small step. This will reduce your inner tension and give you a sense of control. For the creative genius on the verge of burnout, the one project rule. Choose one idea that is most important to you and promise yourself to work only on that for a month. Write down the other ideas so you don't lose them, but focus all your energy on one thing. Completion will bring more satisfaction than a dozen unfinished projects. For the empath in someone else's reign, information diet and focus on yourself. Shift your attention from other people's problems to your own passions. Consciously limit the time you spend reading the news and social media. Ask yourself, what do I need today? Learn to put on your own oxygen mask first. For the surfer riding the waves of instability, practice acceptance. Accept that life is cyclical. It has its ups and downs. That's normal. Instead of fearing the fall when you're at the top, learn to enjoy the view. Keep a gratitude journal to record the good moments and return to them in difficult times when outside help is needed. Sometimes the baggage of the past is too heavy and the fog of the future is too thick, and self-help may not be enough. It is important to be honest with yourself about this. When should you see a psychologist? Sources provide clear guidelines. If problems from the past constantly interfere with your work, relationships, and quality of life. If you feel stuck and unable to move forward, no matter how hard you try. If you repeat the same destructive patterns over and over again, choosing the wrong partners, abandoning projects halfway through, making the same mistakes, and of course, if you are troubled by questions about your identity or sexuality, and you are afraid of misdiagnosing yourself based on articles you find online. A professional is not a crutch, but a guide. They will not walk your path for you, but they will shine a light on the potholes and rocks that you stubbornly refuse to notice. The power of the present moment. Life is not a destination to be reached by avoiding all dangers. And it's not a movie that you can rewind to correct your mistakes. Life is the journey itself. It's the asphalt under your wheels, the landscape outside your window, the music coming from your speakers, the feel of the steering wheel in your hands. Right now, the past has given you experience. The future gives you hope. But you only live in the present. It's the only time you can act, the only time when you can feel, the only time when you can love, create, change. The only thing you truly have is now. And that's not a limitation. It's the greatest gift. Don't miss it. Which of the states described above do you recognize yourself in? And what is the first, even the smallest, step you are ready to take today to return to the present? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.